Our nation's capital has quite a few guitar enthusiasts, people that like to do, whether they're bedroom guitarists or garage guitarists or touring out there on the club circuit, the RSL circuit around town. It's full of musos. And this weekend, we're about to see the assembly of all us, myself included. I'm part of that mix as well. We all get out and get to go and see some of vintage guitars, amplifiers, connect with other like-minded guitarists. And there's a wonderful expo called the National Vintage Guitar Expo happening this weekend, of course, October 7th to 8th at the Harmony German Club over there at Narrabundah. And I'm joined by one of the organisers, Mr. Simon. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very good, Nick.
I can't wait for this weekend, mate. I had a look on the website there. You've got workshops, you've got stalls happening. This is mouth-watering for a guitar enthusiast, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. And for any of us that are guitar players or guitar collectors, we need very little excuse to gather and look at what gear we might accumulate or add to our collection. And this weekend promises to be a great opportunity for anyone in Canberra who can get down there. Lots of displays on, lots of things happening, workshops, activities during the day, Jeff Lang, a gig on Saturday night, lots happening. So great opportunity. If you're a guitar nut, you need to be down there.
And I'll tell you what, Simon, this could be the making of the next Jimi Hendrix. All it takes is a little kid coming along with their dad, getting inspired by the four walls of what we're about to see over this weekend, and he or she could bounce out of that thinking, I want to be a guitar player now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think people will have seen on, YouTube clips of people wandering into Norman's Rare Guitars in the US, young players who are now household names like Marcus King. It was semi-discovered in that space. So, yeah, look, opportunity for kids to come down, collectors, anybody really, to have a look around. And it's not just vintage guitars. We've got luthiers down there, so we've got local luthiers building, classical and acoustic guitars. We have effects, different people. Nautilus Effects will be down there. There's a whole range of stuff happening in that space. I think it'll be a great weekend and a lot of opportunity to talk to people in the know. And if you've got an old vintage guitar and you're interested in finding out more about it, come and chat to us because we can help you with that, evaluate it, or even give you an idea of if it's something that you want to potentially sell or consign or pass on to the kids. So, yeah, a lot of knowledge in that group of people. There's some really well-known vintage guitar people that will be around for that whole weekend. So, an excellent opportunity for people in Canberra.
Vintage guitars. You also mentioned some effects. I love me some effects, like we all do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's most people who are in this space know that you don't stop at one, so it can be very addictive. So, yeah, one of our guys here, Scotty, has been around Canberra for a long time, builds pedal boards and has a great collection of pedals and different things that he retails. But he's a great guy and he can set up your board for you or help you with what you want to do. And I'm sure a lot of the people that are displayers down there will have a lot of small stuff as well, so pedals and bits and pieces and additional items that will be for sale over the weekend. So it is very much an opportunity to buy, sell, trade as well with individual dealers. So if you've got something vintage and you want to find out about it, bring it down. It's an excellent space to do all that.
Simon, we almost need to put that betting agency disclaimer saying gamble responsibly because as guitar players, we just love this stuff. We love accumulating guitars. We love collecting them. We love collecting pedals and amps and all kinds of different sounds. It's a never-ending slippery slope. And as you mentioned, bring along any heritage stuff you've got or just something you want. There's a trade happening. This is the total assembly that a guitar player could even imagine of or think of, Simon.
Yeah, look, it is. And Nick, the disclaimer that they have on those gambling ads is you will lose. And I would like to add that if you're into vintage guitars, you will win.
It's win-win.
Rarely lose. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great hobby to have. And look, music is a really good thing for people in this day and age. And we all lead busy lives, but being able to spend time in a hobby that's clean and clear cut and as enjoyable as this and affordable. Vintage guitars don't have to be the things that are out of reach. You can buy this vintage Australian gear that is incredible gear and it's quite reasonable to buy. And there's a variety of stuff down there, from beginners through to bona fide, experienced older collectors who have got everything. So it will be an interesting couple of days. And also, Nick, just like to mention too that this is our first stab at this. We've done this in the past, but a long time ago, 2009, 2010. And this time we intend to keep this going every year, and will be an annual event in Canberra. We feel it's important, being the capital, that we put our best foot forward. And there's a lot of, as we were saying earlier, there's a lot of musicians in Canberra, a lot of interested people. So this is a chance for Canberra to shine. And there's nowhere in Australia that does a vintage guitar expo. You can find them in the US, you can find them in Europe and UK, all over the world, but this is the first one of its kind in Australia.
Well, you mentioned that, and we spoke about the assembly of all the Canberrans that love their music, and of course the surrounding regions. Through the media here, I'm fortunate enough to spend the 3 or 4 days over at the Summer Nats, Simon, talking about car enthusiasts, and put all the stigma around it and aside. It's all about like-minded people putting all their energy and all their work and into cars and bringing them. And I always look at that thinking, the way people look at these big vintage cars, I look at it through guitars. And this could almost be the Summer Nats of guitars, Simon.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. It's the same principle. Exactly. And look, it's Nick, just the other thing I just mentioned briefly is that we've got these workshops on. So we've got some world-class guitar players here. So Skip Sale, who's been around. He's probably not a household name, but Skip's been around for a long time, and he plays resonator guitars, slide guitar. We have our own Ian Stellick, who's my business partner, who's helping put on this event. He's doing a panel made in Australia, and we'll have people like Frank Grabissa and Mark Watson from Amwatts. Different guitar makers will be there. So he'll be interviewing them about Australian vintage and current stuff. We've got Les Karski, who's a perennial blues man, been around a long time, was in the cigar, Bondi Cigars, the Nervous Investors, the Donkeys, different ones. So he'll be there.
He's also worked with Midnight Oil, Nick Cave, Tommy Emmanuel, Yothu Yindi. A huge CV for him, for Les.
Absolutely. And so these guys are running workshops. And look, we've got pre-sales currently on our website through till 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, the cut-off. And from then on, the prices go up slightly for a door entry. So currently the pre-sale entry price is $10 for 2
$10?
days. $10 is cheap, isn't it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, it's $10 to get in for the
$10
gets you entry for the 2 days.
Pays for itself, Simon.
It does, and then if you don't get to the pre-sale on the day, we'll charge you $15, just a slight bit more to cover costs. And then workshops pre-sales are $20 per workshop. Post pre-sales will go up to $25. And Jeff Lang has got a concert. He's appearing. Jeff Lang is also doing a workshop. And he's doing a gig on Saturday night, which will be amazing.
Well, it sounds like an exciting, mouth-watering couple of days for any guitar player. Not just guitar players, but music fans in general. But I tell you what, the guitar players around our nation's capital and surrounding regions won't be getting much sleep tonight, and especially Saturday night, because it's Christmas Day. We get 2 days of Christmas this year.
Yep.
Actually 3, because it's the whole weekend. So, but 10 till 6 both days?
It's 10 till 6. Doors open at 10, close at 6. But look, and post the event. So Ian Stellick and myself run Capital Vintage Guitars, which has just started up in the capital this year, and is a vintage guitar shop based here in Canberra. You can find details on our website, etc. But we're available by appointment, and there's plenty of opportunity to connect post the event if people want to, and we offer similar services to a lot of our exhibitors, which is just consignment, valuations, repairs, all sorts of things to do with vintage guitars. So come and say hello to us, Simon and Ian. You can't miss us. We'll be wearing Capital Vintage Guitar caps of some description and wandering around. You'll find us at the Expo, and quite happy to come and introduce yourself, have a chat, say good day, and plenty of time to catch up post the Expo if it's too busy on those 2 days.
The 2023 National Vintage Guitar Expo at the Harmony German Club this Saturday and Sunday, 10 till 6. Let's go get it, Simon.
Perfect.